Good morning. Welcome to the Overtax Taxpayer Channel. I'm doing my Monday morning drive to work with Joe. Okay, how do you like the news? I don't really like what's in it. But first, cryptocurrencies. As I thought Theta pulled back, I think it's actually going to pull back a little bit further. But then if you can get in, even now, if you can get in, get in. I'm sorry, I try to help everybody get into it. Everybody's knowledge of computers is different. The best way to get into it, if you can research a VPN, virtual private network, you can get into it, get it. Digibyte, don't forget Digibyte, okay? Silver's about the same price. Silver hasn't done anything, any moves or anything. The news. What are the chances that no Republican-run cities, none, had rioting? I'm not talking protesting. I'm talking rioting. And there is a difference. Don't let the news or the television late night talk shows convince you otherwise. There is a difference between a riot and a protest. What are the chances? And when you really sit back and think about this, there can only be one answer. I know it's going to piss people off, but it's called colluding between the Democrat states. What are the chances that no Republican-run cities have rioting? Only the Democrat-run cities. If people are oppressed, they're oppressed everywhere, aren't they? Or, okay, let's just call it what it is. Maybe they're only oppressed in Democrat-run cities, which is another reason why you should get the hell out of Democrat-run cities. But I don't think so. I think those Democrat-run cities, as silly, as far out as this sounds, as conspiracy theory as this sounds, colluded with each other. Colluded with each other. Am I spitting? This is warfare, folks. This is the deep state against this president and his committee. This committee, Trump is uncovering all the crimes. Rob Rosenstein is set to testify about this Russian collusion, Russian hacking of our elections. And they were going to ask real questions this time. Amazing. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Now, Robbie, I can't go to Washington to testify. It's too dangerous there. It's so scary. And the corona. I know how far-fetched it sounds, but when you really ask yourself, why only in Democrat-run cities? There can only be one answer. They conspired. It's a warfare. Divide and conquer the nation. Get people out in front of Washington, D.C. Hopefully somebody's stupid enough to break into the compound, and hopefully somebody will get shot, and hopefully they'll get great up-close photographs of the shooting, and they can show everybody, oh, look at the Trump regime. They're Nazis. Look how they're just shooting people down. They're just shooting people down. We need to get him out of office. Impeach him again. Impeach him. Impeach him. By the way, I hope nobody breaks into that compound because they will shoot. And that would be the Secret Service would shoot for any president, not Trump, not just Trump. They would have shot for Obama also, by the way. I put out a video. I hope you don't mind me just rambling on this morning. I don't really feel like talking about anything too deep. I put out a video, a live chat actually, and I think it was only 7 minutes long. And it was in response to me seeing all the burning down of various businesses, and in one of the news clips I saw an Arby's burning down, and I got a weird sense of humor, and I said, let it burn, as long as they don't burn the Popeye's chicken. And I made a title of the live chat, please don't burn Popeye's chicken down, because I love that place. But anyway, you had all the left-wing nut jobs comment on my channel. How dare you? In a time like this is bad timing. And George Floyd died, and this is about George. No, it's not about George Floyd. It stopped being about George Floyd as soon as the big lighter lit and something went on fire. It's not about George Floyd. This is about a bunch of opportunists who are hijacked George Lloyd's name. I apologize if I mentioned his name wrong. Is a bunch of people who hijacked George Lloyd's death and hijacked the peaceful protesters, hijacked it to commit chaos, anarchy, to get free stuff when they ransack a Target store and run out of there with multiple televisions and stuff like that. And then you take a look at the people. I'm sorry, this might sound prejudiced. You take a look at the people who are doing this. I mean, really look at their faces and how they're dressed and their demeanor. Every one of them looks like they don't even have a job. They don't have jobs. They don't have nothing. And it appears as I bet you every one of them that's been arrested. All right, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but close to it. Almost every one of them, I bet you, is on some kind of welfare. We're paying for it. Why do I bring up welfare? It is something that brings people down, actually. It gives them crumbs, and they stop trying to achieve something better. And when you don't achieve anything better in life, you think very bad about yourself. And when you think very bad about yourself long enough, I should know. I've gone through some long years of doubting myself. When you are held down for so long and you don't try to achieve nothing, you not only dislike yourself, but you dislike society around you, because then you start projecting that disappointment. You start blaming other systems for your own disappointments, for your disappointment in yourself, really. The system's keeping me down. No, that's what welfare is designed to do. It's designed to destroy communities. You give somebody something long enough, they forget how to fend for themselves. And no longer do they even attempt to fend for themselves. They just exist. And a mere existence is not existing at all. It's just not existing. And there's something like this happens, all they know is take. Oh, the police are occupied with other things going on, fires and everything, bottles being thrown. They're occupied. I'm going to go take, because I've been taking my entire life. Matter of fact, my mom was taking welfare. She had, 3-4 kids, a fifth one because she heard that, an extra one would get her more welfare. I grew up in that family, and I was raised just to be on welfare. That's all I know. Why is it the welfare communities? And I'm not saying everybody does not need help at some time in their life. I am not saying that everybody needs help sometime in their life. But when you make a career out of needing help, is where I have a problem. And why is it the communities who have made it a career of needing help are run down, are uncivil, no compassion towards other human beings? Why is it, folks, if what I'm saying is bullshit? Why am I bringing this up? Because yesterday night before I went to bed, I'm looking at the news, and this got me really angry. In Washington, they tried to burn down a church. It was on fire. A church. Now I ask you, burning down a house of God, a refuge from evil, how does that have anything to do with George Floyd? If I'm wrong in this whole spiel about welfare and the anger of people and the colluding and all this, what does this have to do with George Floyd? It has nothing. It stopped having anything to do with George Floyd on day one of the violence. I do believe there was colluding between the cities. I do believe Trump knows everything, though. I've watched a couple of other channels where there has been witnesses who witnessed buses coming in full of Antifa. One of those channels I've watched, this family stopped in New Mexico to get gas. A Greyhound bus pulled in, and a bunch of unruly people got off of it. This family looked at the bus, and it said on the top, to New York. You know how buses say the destination to? They were yelling and they were just very belligerent in the parking lot in this fast food, yelling at people, yelling at the customers, and yelling at just across the parking lot. Just, they witnessed it being bussed in. You're thinking, okay, big deal. All right, everybody knows Antifa buses in. Okay, who funded it? Who organized it? Who funded it? That's what you got to think about. Who funded it? And was it the left wing? Was it the deep state? Are they organizing a counter offense against Trump's uncovering of all the crimes that he's been uncovering? And it's going to come out within the next month or two. You're going to hear some stuff that's going to make you sick, that is going to turn your world upside down as far as what the deep state has been doing to you.